Alright, it is time for a how-to video. I'm going to be doing some flipping and pitching today, and I'm going to show you guys how to get set up for it. So basically what you need is your pegs, a weight, a hook, and your bait. So first you're going to start off with your peg. And they come on a cool little deal here. Got you a bunch of little pegs. So let's rig it up. I'm going to take your line. And you're going to put it through this little loop provided with the wire that the peg is on. I'm just going to take your peg, pull it through. Just like that. And now your line's got the peg on it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Just like so. And there's different kind of pegs out there. Just want to use whatever one works best for you. There's pegs that pegs out there that are just this part basically. They don't have this little part sticking out in there. These are for bigger weights that have kind of a bigger hole in them, like so. So your peg is actually going to sit down inside of that hole a little bit to hold it in place a little better. See how that fits down in there a little bit? Just like so. So that's going to hold your peg in a lot better. Slip this up a little bit so I got plenty of room for my snell knot. Now, this is how you do a snell knot. You're going to go in from the hook side right here. Very important to go through the hook side first. You're going to pull it through, and you're going to make a loop right here on the back side of it, just like so. And you're going to pinch your loop. You're going to take your tag into your line, and you're going to wrap it around this part right here 3 or 4 or 5 times. I would say you probably don't need to go over 5 times. 5 times is probably a little excessive, to be honest with you. You're going to wrap it around there your 4 times. And you're going to take your tag end, feed it back through your loop like so. Then you're going to pull your main line, pull it tight, just like that. You can trim off your tag end. And you're ready to go, just like so. And that's it. You're ready to go, other than putting your bait on. Now, this is the reason why I said it was so important to go through the hook side of your line with your line first, because when you pull, that's what it's going to do. Every time you're ready to set the hook and you pull on your line and set the hook, boom, it's going to drive that right straight up into the roof of the fish's mouth, right where you want it. Alright, let's go ahead and throw our bait on there. Show you guys how to do that. You're going to want to use a bait that doesn't have a lot of appendages on it. Like even these little arms sticking out on this deal, I might even tear off of there just so it's a little sleeker, and that way it'll slip down through the grass, whatever you're flipping into, a little easier. So now what you're going to do is go right straight down the middle with your hook, and you're going to bring it up all the way to about where it bends right there. And that's about it. That's all you want to do. Right about there. And pull it through. Make sure you're nice and centered on it. Pull it up through so it's on top of your keeper right there. You're going to pull it to the side. Like so. Kind of see where the hook lines up with the bait. You're going to stick it in. Now this part's kind of important too. When you're feeding this on there, you want it just underneath the surface so it stays weedless, but you don't want to stick it through like a regular hook, because that's the way these hooks are set up, so where you don't have to stick it all the way through. So when you set the hook, it's going to pop right through that plastic and you get a fish on. And that's it. That's your basic flipping setup right there. Now let's go try it out. Alright, so basically, when you're flipping, you're going to have your bait right about here. You're going to hold it in your hand. Once you get good enough, I'm going to switch hands. Once you get good enough, then you can just pull it back out and you don't have to use your hand every time, but that's about what you want. That's how you want to start out, just like that. You're going to bring your rod tip down and flip it right into the water just like that. Give it a couple of shakes. Pull it back out. Try it again. But essentially, what you're trying to do is get that bait to enter the water as quietly as possible. So you want to go just along the surface of the water with it. Where when it hits the water, it just slips right in. When you're breaking down a piece of cover, I'm going to try to start at the outside of it and work your way in. Let it go all the way down. You want to bring it up a little bit and give it a couple shakes. And that's it.